Hello everyone and welcome you all to another tutorial in Adobe InDesign. So in last class we learned about the text tool. We have learned about in depth about it and how we can actually use the text tool in writing some text and how we can actually manage its settings. So in this class basically we are going to learn about long text in InDesign. So long text means like different paragraphs when we write or when we are writing a book or when do we have many pages to be written. And I'll also be telling you guys about the facing pages and what are its uses. So let's not waste time and let's get started with the class. And now I'll be creating a new page here. So I'll just take this page 8 into 8.5 into 11 inches. And from here, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking only one pages. Okay, the column gutter, I'll only take one column for now. And what I will be doing is I'll be unlinking it here. And after that, I will just change this one, the outside margin. So I'll keep it at 1.5 inches. And here I'll be showing you guys, once my facing pages is ticked or marked in this page, so here you can see in the margins it's coming as inside and outside. And once I unmark this option, it will come as left and right. So I'll be showing you what inside and outside is. And for that only, I have just selected the outside as 1.5 inches. And everything looks good to go. And now I'll be creating a page. So as you can see here, I have already created my page here. So here, if I add different, if I add more pages to it, so here, this part is the inside part, and this one is called the outside. Okay, so this part is the outside, and this one is the inside. So we understand why it's called inside and outside. So here is the binder you can see, or we can also call it the spine. And now let's select this type tool. And after selecting that, I'll just made a box, a type tool box here. So as you can see, I have created the box and now I can write my text or I can put my text inside this box. But instead of that, what I'm going to do is I'll just fill it with placeholder text. So in last class, I have told you guys about the two ways how we can actually put up a placeholder text. First one is this one. If I put this, you can see I am just occupying the whole space in the text box here. And if I just go back here, if I select this and if I right click on my mouse, and from here also I can fill it with my placeholder text. And now suppose what I want to do here is I want to decrease the size of this text box and I want to create two columns here. Okay, so here you can see I do have my text in particularly one side, but it's not fitting. As you can see, my box or my text column is not enough to fit my text inside this box. So here you can see a plus sign on the downside. So what I'll be doing is I'll be clicking on here and I will come here. Well, first I need to create a text box. So I'll just go back again and from here I'll just take another box. Once I have it in my cursor, what I'll do is I'll just create another text box here. So let me create another text box. And here you can see it's just automatically copied here the another text box which I made here. Okay. And suppose I do want different columns or I do want so many columns in the same page. So every time it's kind of hectic, particularly to do and make columns again, then copy, paste. So it's kind of hectic. But if we want text frames, what we can do is here in the properties panel, just underneath the align option, we have the text frame option. So if I want to increase my text frame, then I can only click this and you can see here the number of text frame will change. Here, as you can see, I can change all that. And if I also want to change the gutter, means the spacing between the columns, I can do it from here. As you can see, I can also decrease. So hope you guys have understood how we can actually use these text frames. And now let's see if we want to take any kind of documents which we already have with us. Suppose our client said pages or a work, okay? And now I don't know how many pages do I exactly need. He just sent me around 10,000 or 20,000 words, but I don't know how many pages it will take. So in that case, what I'm going to do. So let me just go back here. I'll just select this whole frame. I'll delete. I will delete this as well. In the same way, I will just create a text box or I won't. Here you can see after going to the file, I do have an option called the place option and its shortcut key is Control plus D. So I'll just click on this and after clicking on this, what I'll do is I'll just go to the desktop and I will search for a Word document, document, or okay, I do have it here. And I will just open this one from here. So once I'm opening this one, as you can see, it's taking a little more time because the document which I have, it's something around 7 to 8 pages. So now what I'll do is I'll just skip this part. And as you can see, after that, I do have this text in my cursor. As you can see, I do have the text in my cursor. So I'll just right click it here and you can see I do have only the first page from here. And if I want to get the second page, what I'll do is I'll come here with my cursor and I'll click on the plus sign and again I'll click here. And the same way I have to add more pages from my pages option. So let me create more pages. And from this, I will click here. After that, I will have plus sign here again. And the same way, I can just copy paste from here as I like. Okay. So this is one way of how we can actually do this. And I'll show you guys another way of how we can actually do this in a easier way. Okay. So as you can see, I do have all this. This is how actually I can do. This is one way, but it takes time. Okay. So let me just delete all this. So I'll just delete these pages, and I have deleted those pages. And yeah, before going to that first, like before going to the text flow option, we need to understand about the parent page, like how it's actually quite helpful to us. So if I choose the parent page, here you can see I do have pages here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just show you an example how it's quite helpful to us. So let me just make a rectangle box here. Okay, I do have it here. I will just copy this one. I'll paste it here. And with this, I will move it on top here. And I'll add different colors to this box here. Let me fill it with red, and this box here, let me fill this with yellow. So here you guys can see I do have created two boxes on top of my page. Okay, so basically what happens now is this is my default page. That means now whatever pages I do create, it will be just creating from here. So if I click here now and if I add pages, okay, I am creating these pages as well, like these slides as well. So if I want to change anything, so let me just create more pages, okay, and let me just zoom out. So here you can see I do have this red box and the yellow box in all my pages now. Okay, so in the same way we can also add different type of styles and different type of designs. So basically it's used while making a magazine or an ebook, where in our content page, or basically where we are writing our uh, main story, we want the pages to be in same color, or particularly a chapter in the same color. So for that, we can add different type of designs, and I'll also show you guys how we can add different parent pages. Like we can also add 2, 3 parent pages in the same project. I'll also be showing you guys in the next chapter, where we'll be learning all about pages. Okay, so here I'm just giving you guys a simple or basic idea about the parent page. So hope you guys have understood the usage of parent page. So let me select all this and I will delete. So now let me just zoom in again. And now I will also change or delete this because I don't want this. And now I will just go back to my home here. And now I will show you guys how we can actually create a proper text flow here. So for that, I'll just create a new file. And after creating the new file, I do have the width and the height is okay. The units are wanted in inches. The orientation is in portrait. And I do have the facing pages. I want to start my page number from 1. And here, all I have to do is I have to tick mark on the primary text frame option here. And everything else is good. So let me just have a preview. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just create a page here. And after that, what I'm going to do is simply again I'll come to the place option, or I'll just click on Control plus D. After clicking here, I will just open this one, and here you can see it's taking a few moment. I'll just skip this part, and from here what I'll do is I'll just select the parent page option, okay? And after this, I do have all my text here, okay? I do have my text here, but you see, once I'm just going outside of my margin, you can see in my cursor a box type thing is appearing here. And when I am coming inside the margin, it's coming inside the bracket. Okay. So basically, we'll try always to keep our text inside the margin. So now I will just click here. As you can see here, now I have clicked, and it's taking a little more time. So from here again, I have selected the parent pages, and what I'll do is I'll just right click on here. Okay, so I'll just right click here, and after that you guys can see I do have a 20 page of document. Well, it was a 20 page document. I thought it was something around 8 9 pages before, but here you can see it's automatically just pasting our work here. Okay, so we don't have to add pages or do anything as such. So I hope you guys have understood how we can actually paste a document if we don't know the size or the number of pages in that. Okay, so let me just zoom in with my hand tool. I'll move. So what I'll do is I'll just select all this again, and yeah, I'll just go back. I'll just I'll come here, zoom out. So now let me show you guys how it actually worked here. Okay. So now I do have only one page, as you can see here in the pages option as well. So I'll just click here on the margin, and after that on the left hand top corner of my page you can see a option. Okay. So here you can see once I put my cursor on there, a text written is this story is from the primary, well, parents primary page. Okay, so what happens actually here is if I just click here, then it won't again start to flow the text for me automatically. Okay, so once I click this one, it will just delete the primary text flow. Okay, I'll just lose the flow. Then again, I have to do it manually the way I have seen you before. So if we want to add pages automatically, or we don't know the size of the document particularly, so in that case, we should not click on this one. Okay. So this is the parent's primary text flow. So here, let me again just come here. Let me place all that. Open. Here, now I'll be showing you guys about few alignments here. I'll just skip it. And here you can see I do have all my pages here. So here, now let's come down here. Okay, let's come down here. And what I'm going to do is I will just select texts from here, or let me take this text from here. So as I've selected the text now, what I'll do is here you can see in the paragraph option, I do have the option of aligning to the left. If I want to align it in the center, I can align it like this. And if I want to align it to the right, you can see I am able to align it to the right. And here, if I want to justify it with the align left, I can do that here, here, and also justifying all lines, I can do that. But basically, what we are going to learn here in this class, or in which one I'll be focusing more, is these last two options here, which is aligns towards spine and align away from the spine. So as I've told you guys, the margin between both the pages, it's called the spine here. So for that, what I'll do is I'll select this text as well. And now what I'll do is if I want to align it here, as you can see, I have aligned it here. It's like aligned towards the spine. So here is the spine, and here I have aligned it towards the spine. So this text, I had it here on the left hand side of my box, okay, and this text is also coming towards the spine, okay, and this one was here as well, but it didn't change though I have also selected, so it's also coming towards the spine. And after that, with the same text, if I just align away from the spine, you guys can see it's just aligned away from the spine. As you can see, here are my options like subtopics. Here, this project summary option, it's also aligned towards the spine. So like aligned away from the spine. And this is the spine here, as you all can see. So I hope that this class was helpful for you all, where we have learned about using the long text and how we can actually manage, how we can add more columns, how we can actually use or take many pages manually, and also if I want to add those automatically, we have also learned about that, and how we can actually use the paragraph alignments. So hope this class was helpful for you all, and in the next class we'll be learning about images, like how we can add images, and we'll learn everything about images in the next class. So hope to see you all in the next tutorial. Take care and bye for now.